Now we move on to medieval medicine.
The medieval period, or Middle Ages, lasted from the end of the Roman Empire until the beginning of the Renaissance.
After Galen's death, the Roman Empire became less and less powerful. In 410 AD, Rome was sacked. The Romans no longer ruled Western Europe, and their civilization fell apart. This meant that medical study was badly affected. There were fewer libraries and schools. Transport was not safe, so scholars didn't travel. Fewer people had the money and time to study. A very important consequence was the separation of the Latin and Greek languages. The eastern and western halves of the Roman Empire gradually split apart. Greeks no longer understood Latin, and Romans no longer understood Greek. So many Greek medical ideas were not studied in the West. The Greek language, Galen's language, survived in the East. When the Arabs conquered the eastern part of the old Roman Empire, Arabic scholars discovered Greek books and translated them into Arabic. From 832 to 900 AD, hundreds of Greek writings on medicine and science were translated into Arabic. Western scholars wouldn't be able to read these books for another 200 years.
The Middle Ages was a time of little change in medicine. Medical knowledge and treatment stayed at the same low level for nearly 1,000 years. A number of factors caused this. Knowledge of public health, the importance of clean water for instance, was lost after the fall of the Roman Empire. It was only in monasteries that good water systems survived. There was more instability and war. Libraries and universities collapsed and communications were poor, so it was much harder for doctors to learn or discuss ideas. During the Middle Ages, the Church controlled all learning. This made progress in medical understanding difficult and slow. The Church banned dissection, so knowledge of anatomy was poor. The first medical school set up in the Middle Ages was at Salerno in Italy in about 900 AD. While you watch the next clip, make a note or two about the medieval attitude to medical knowledge.
Teachers in the medieval universities would not have understood scientific ways of looking at medicine. They believed the best way to learn medicine was through reading ancient books and following them exactly. This is a typical lecture from a medieval professor, Bartholomew of Bruges, in about 1320, telling his students why they should study the ancient Greek writer Galen.
Some students are lazy. They want to be educated without doing the work. Others are thick-headed. They rush through books and then forget them. Others have no enthusiasm. Galen has written the best book for these students. It is called The Art of Medicine. No other book has so much in it. No other book is so easy to remember. Most importantly, this book is written by Galen, and after Hippocrates, Galen is the best writer. This book is accurate and contains everything you want in medicine. It ought to be read first, before all other books.
No one ever suggested they should test Galen's ideas or try anything different to what Galen had said. Galen's work was considered to be better than the work of anyone alive. This was teaching in the medieval universities, to look back, almost without question, to the work of people who lived 1,000 years before.
During the Middle Ages, very different kinds of beliefs about health and medicine coexisted. On the one hand, magical, superstitious ideas were rife, including the belief in the efficacy of charms, spells, astrology, and pilgrimages to holy places in a search for cures. On the other hand, more natural, rational ideas such as the four humours theory persisted. Bleeding was a common treatment for all kinds of conditions, as was urine analysis. adopted from a misunderstanding of Hippocrates and medicinal use of herbs and plants. There were some hospitals, usually in monasteries, but they offered food, a bed and prayers rather than hope of a cure.
That's the end of the section on medieval medicine.